Okay, so it is 2:30 in the morning, and I'm here with Mitchell. Earlier, we set fire to a chair that we wanted to get rid of. It had like staples in it, and we didn't want to just throw it out. So we decided that we'd bring it down here to the burn pile and just light it up so that we could burn it, so we know it was burnt up, because we wanted to burn it for reasons. Anyway, we had an unintended side effect. The bonfire, not really the bonfire, but
It's a bit bigger than a bonfire now, I would say.
Where we put all of the wood left over from the garage that we tore down and the trees that I cut off the yard, or the limbs that I cut, I dumped down here, and we came out here about 9 o'clock and just lit that chair up, and it looked like it was going out. We're like, yeah, whatever. Well, we looked out my kitchen window, and we saw some bright orange color coming from the pasture, so here we are in front of the fire. It's actually died down quite a bit from what it was. Over on the left, it's still got a little bit to go. My biggest concern was that it's thrown up all the embers up into the sky, which wouldn't really be that big of an issue. I mean, there's a lot of moisture on the ground because it was so humid today, and all the moisture just settled out. It's on the grass, but earlier all these were headed up towards the buildings, and that got me a little concerned. But Mitchell and I are just about to head in, because on the left it's advancing still, but it hasn't really advanced out of past where we would have expected it on the right. So we're just waiting out the storm. Our biggest concern was that the fire department would show up at 3 a.m., knock on the door. And I was concerned that Mitchell, and Jesse's actually up in the house yet, but my biggest concern was that they would leave, and then I would be the only one that the firemen would be pointing their fingers at. You're the reason I'm up at 3 a.m.
So we decided we'd stay and help him out. So we're staying the night.
People can be kind of touchy. I mean, if anybody sees anything orange colored on the horizon around here, you can bet that they'd call it in. So yeah, just sitting here waiting. Nothing like a good old unintended forest fire at 2:30 a.m. I think we're pretty good as long as it doesn't keep going down the ravine, which it shouldn't, because the pile ends right there. I think we're pretty good now. It's dying down, and it's not really advancing so much anymore. And my biggest concern is that it's not going up into the sky, so it's not easily seen from the highway, because we actually made a trip up around the highway to see if people could see it, and you could actually see the glow a little bit, but nothing.
You had to really be looking.
Yeah, you really had to be looking for it. So
we could just barely make it out. So
I think we're gonna go in before long, once we know that it's not advancing anymore. So thanks for watching, guys. Well, that did a much better job than I was thinking.